Been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once.
Hi guys! Welcome back to Just Another Topic podcast. I'm Adisa.
I'm Nestledy, and we are at the second episode of the podcast.
So last week we talked about the Grammys and some reality TV shows that we liked.
Yeah, we spoke about the performance, and I am kicking myself because I forgot one performance that I really wanted to talk about. Don't know how I forgot about it. I forgot about Chaperone, which, like, she performed Pink Pony Club, and since then, like, I didn't know the song before the performance, and since then it's been on repeat in my playlist. It was very, very entertaining. It was flamboyant. I'm not gonna harp on it because we are not talking about the Grammys this week. But yeah, I wanted to mention it. And another thing I wanted to mention was that in the last podcast, I spoke about the voters during the Grammys, and I said there was 1,300 voters, and I made a mistake. It was actually 13,000. So for anybody that would have spoken on that, just know I made the correction here. But this week
we are talking about growing up in going into our mid-20s. We are turning 24 this year, the both of us. And, we're going to talk about relationship, work, our future, everything.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know where to start because there's not, like, we aren't on a clear path. I know that, like, most people aren't. It's life. You never know where you're going. But it's crazy to think that most of the time you have a plan set for yourself in life.
Yeah.
And the plan never goes the way it's supposed to go. But it really veered very left in my life.
Yeah, same for me. Because I'm not going anywhere in any, like, aspect of my life, relationship-wise, working-wise, school-wise, like, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I'm same for me. Like, just to put it in perspective, by now I was supposed to be in an architectural technologist. Graduated 3 years ago. And right now I am not even in school. I haven't graduated for, like, the last diploma I got was my high school diploma. I haven't gotten another one. And I took 1 year sabbatical that turned into, that is soon gonna turn into 3. So yeah.
And for me at school, I was supposed to be in science, and my parkour of going into science at university started in high school. But the thing is that in high school, I remember thinking I don't want to have physics, chemistry, and what is the other one? Strong math fort. And I was like, I'm just gonna enjoy my last year of high school and just go to the regular classes. So that's what I did, and this is where my life started at school. Started going left completely.
Same for me, because I had the same thought. I don't want to have the thing is, for me, my mom was wanting me to become a doctor, and
typical Haitian mom.
Yeah,
typical Haitian mom wish.
Like, I very early on did not want to become a doctor. Honestly, I'm right now I'm making the decision of maybe going into healthcare. But early on, I didn't want to have anything to do with healthcare, mostly because I was in my phase of being a contrarian to my mom. So I purposely didn't take my science the science class that would then get me to physics and chemistry.
The medical school, like.
Yeah. And then I actually However, in high school, I liked math. Like you know this.
Yes, we were together.
Yes,
in
so
in regular math. Oh God.
no, but in my 4th year of high school, for those who don't know, in Quebec, we have 5 years of high school. So in my fourth year of high school, we were both in the higher math class. I don't know how it's called in English, because it's not strong math. It's there's a name for it.
CST.
Yeah, but it's not that either.
Well, it's more advanced math.
Yeah, more
than
advanced math.
Regular math.
So we were in that class, and we failed
Miserably.
miserably.
We
Not even our fault. Not even our fault. The teacher was awful. Okay,
terrible.
Like the whole class failed.
The whole classes, we all got together in summer classes.
School.
Like
we were all together, and it's like when there was 2 math for Sec 4 in 2 classes, and
they were overfilled.
overfilled, and half of both classes were us.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay. So I passed though my summer class, and some people went into, like, I applied to go into the advanced secondary 5 math class. They put me in the regular one, and they said, no, we can't change you because of schedule issues. And I'm like, what schedule issues? Everybody is going to, it's not a college, it's not a university. The class is at the same time as the other one. What schedule issues do you have?
Me, it was the other way, because when I passed, they were like, we know that you have the potential to go in like stronger classes. My math teacher of Sec 4 asked me, like, do you want to go into like the more advanced math? And I was like, girl, are you crazy? I was like, I just lost my summer because of this. I'm not losing like my next summer for like advanced math. But I should have went. Honestly.
I went because I was like, you can't tell me I didn't have potential for that class. I was the girl with 100 in every math test up until that year. So you can't tell me it's because I'm not qualified for that class.
You were overqualified.
I ended up that summer school with 98%. So I'm just like, I was like, what was it because I was in summer school? But then I looked at the class and I was like, half of these people are the ones that were with me in summer school. So that can't. So I still don't know what is the excuse, because schedule issues is absolutely bullshit.
But let's remember our last year of high school. That's when the racist directress, female principal, that racist principal came in.
Yeah, she made a lot of changes that pissed us off. Like, we're gonna, at one point we should make a podcast episode about our high school years, because we have a lot of stories to tell. I'm saying I know I have a lot of stories to tell. I really don't, because I don't remember most of what happened in high school. Sometimes I just go to her and I'm like, what happened then?
I have so many memories of high school, but I didn't have, like, because I was known, but I was not popular. You know, if people were like, oh, you see, like, Alyssa, people would be like, oh yeah, I know her, but I was not hanging out with everybody. But I would see stuff, I would hear the things around everybody.
Because I wasn't liked, like, I don't know if it's because people didn't like me, didn't think of me when I was around them. I would hear so many stuff too, because I would be in my friend group sitting, and I would zone out of the conversations that we had with the friend group, because sometimes I wasn't interested. So then I'm zoning out, and I'm starting to listen to people around this, and so many of the stories I'm just like, girlies, what lives are you living? What are the lives that you are living?
I know, but now we're getting so away of the topic.
Away of the topic. So
let's come back, and we talked about like school parkour. So like I said, my parkour to go into science would have started in Sec 5, but it didn't. Like, this is where it stopped. So after we graduated, I went into like a special 2.0 high school that would be for like people between 16 or 21 to do classes that you didn't do in high school, you know. So I went there for like one semester, I think, for
Yeah.
Anglophone. So I went there for like 1 semester, and I did the math and science that I didn't do in high school. Then I went into CJEP, and then there were 2 other classes that I needed to be able to go into like science nat. And on top of that, I suck so much at French that I had to do like regular CJEP French on top of like
Remedial.
yeah. So I would do the same stupid stuff that we do since primary to high school, and all the grammar rules and everything. That's how much I suck in French.
Wow.
Okay, so I needed that, and then I passed the remedial. I failed French 1.
You know,
I was like, oh my
I
God.
can't say you're kidding because I was gonna say it's so easy, but then I remembered I went to a
English. She studied in
college.
English.
Yeah, I studied in English, CJEP. So my French one, N2, N3. Honestly, I
It's
was in
not
the
the
highest
same.
class. I was in the highest class. I failed those because I wasn't going to school and I wasn't applying myself to the classes, because I should have passed very easily. It was very easy to do.
Well, it's like in French, CJEP, English is a joke. But I feel like back in the days, in English, CJEPs, French was the joke, you know?
Back
Because
before
it's
the
not,
new
because
laws.
sometimes you would like show me like your French homework, and I was like, this has nothing
Did
to
I even have a... Oh, yes, I did.
I was like, this has nothing to do with what I have to do. I have to write an essay of 1,000 words in like 30 minutes. I'm exaggerating, but you know,
No, but no.
for you
yeah.
it was so easy compared to me, and I was like, oh God. And the only reason why I did not study in English is because my English was not good enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I decided very early on I didn't want to study in French, because I was like, if I need to go anywhere else in the world, I decide to move anywhere else. It's much more easier
Yeah.
to have the words already in English and to have studied in English than to have studied in French. And there's a lot of spaces here in English that are very much open, and don't need French or need English. So yeah, but yeah, you can continue on your work.
So after that, I was supposed to go in sales nat and then get into university and then choose whether if I want to, in what type of science I want to go. Right now, I am supposed to be on my way to have my doctorate. I'm supposed to have my
Wasn't
back.
it astronomy?
I want it to be like something in science, but I should be on my way to have a doctorate. I should be like on my way to be a doctor. And I don't even have like my CJEP diploma.
Yeah. Look, like I said, I should be an architect by now. Well, an architectural technologist, but you know.
I should be able to be a physicist and buy myself a house by now.
Yeah, and instead, I am a travel agent.
I work in
I'm
a
not even
grocery store, a local grocery store. So
yeah, I'm not even a travel agent. I'm a travel like consultant, quote unquote. I work for an airline company doing reservations, and
but you could have a career in that. That's the thing.
I could, but I don't think I want to. I'm not sure. Like I like it as like the benefits, like health insurance and everything is there to stay for the rest of my life. But the amount of of money that I'm doing right now is not enough. Like I'm not full time either. Like I'm part time. So, but I'm part time, close to a full time. But that still is a lot. The pay is not enough to sustain myself if I were to like go live alone. Like I'm still living at my mom's house, and I want to move out to live life, even if it's not for forever. But where I am right now in life, I don't feel like I can. Which, you know, right now I'm starting like YouTube and we are doing the podcast, but I don't know if it's gonna bring in any money, and if it does, when it does. So I don't want to rely on that. So I'm thinking, do I get a second job? Like so because I'm like, I'm turning 24. Like, I need to have something, to do
Yeah.
something with my life. I
Yeah.
can't just stay where I am. I'm not 18 anymore. Grow up.
This is crazy, but it's the same thing for me. I work in a grocery store, but the thing is that I don't want to have a career in a grocery store, you know. So to me, it's like it's not even plan. That this is plan like infinite. Like, if I really really don't have a choice and I have to work, but minimum wage it's not enough to sustain myself. I want to leave my mom's house. I live at my mom's house as well. It's not enough. It's really is not enough. So I don't know. I just don't know what to do with that. Honestly, like right now, I'm going back to school in September. I'm gonna like lock in for real. I'm gonna go to every classes. I'm gonna study harder, even harder. I'm gonna make sure to mettre à mes affaires and to complete all of my homework. I have to give like all my time to school because I need my diploma. The thing is that I have some classes already in my pocket. There's just some classes that I need to complete to have my diploma.
Yeah, on my side, I have some, but really not enough for the years that I've done in college. I did a lot of years. I spent a lot of years in college not going to class or failing the classes that I was going to, because I was never focused enough on the class. Never really putting my all in the classes. So I don't like, if I go back to school, I basically have to do it all over again. I have a plan on what career I want to do, but it's the thing of I am never sure that I'm gonna stay in that, because I tried different things. I've tried architectural technology, I've tried nursing, and then I've tried psychology. Honestly, psychology is where I wanted to be, but there's things in psychology, like in school for psychology, that I do not like. One being I have to write papers and do research. Even the paper is not the thing that is, the essay is not the thing that is my problem. It's the research that goes into doing the essay, having like verified sources and all that. I prefer to just learn about the psychology. So I'm like, later on in life, if I have time, I'm gonna do it. Go to school for psychology as a like kind of a hobby, quote unquote. But now I'm just thinking, okay, I have a plan for one type of career that I'm thinking could work, but I need to go back to school to do this math and science that I didn't do in high school, and then I need to then add the 3 years that the school is asking me. So it would be in total 4 years. So like if I start this year, I'm ending up at 28, which is not that bad. But the problem with that is, and I should have listened to my mom when she told me this, once you start work, it is harder to go back to school.
It's true. It is.
And
I haven't gone to school in like I think almost 2 years.
No,
I went last. Did I? No.
You didn't. You tried.
I tried, but I gave up.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years.
I think it's been 2 years and not 2 years. 2 years for me also. So once you start working, like actually working, it is harder to go back to school, especially since now I'm just like, okay, but if I go back to school, I have to bring down my work hours, but then I'm barely surviving with my work hours that I'm doing right now,
because we have adopted like a full-time worker lifestyle.
Yes,
the way that I spend my money is like someone that works full-time.
Yes, I have taken on, like, because I want to help my mom, I have taken on some bills, and I'm like,
same. I did the same thing.
If I go back to school and my load gets down, I work less, I can't pay for those bills and live a life. Like, I'm already down to a certain amount per day to make it work so I can save and pay the bills and live a life. But then it would become all to nothing. I wouldn't be able to save as much. And then everything would rely on the shoulder of my mom. And on top of that, she wants we are in an apartment right now. We want to go back to a house, either a house or buy our own condo. So those are things that need like me to stay at work. But then she keeps pushing me to go back to school, and she's like, I'm okay to pick up the difference if you go back to school. But I'm like, I don't feel like you're gonna be okay. I don't want to, like, I know you've been doing it all my life, but
It's different now.
started
Times
helping.
are way harder.
Times are way harder, exactly. And I started helping because I didn't want you to be doing the same thing you've been doing, struggling all my life to make a good life for us. So I also feel like I squandered what my mom did for me, you know, because she sacrificed a lot. She went to school at night to get a job that could pay for us, that we could live, as well as working. You know, she lost all her hair because of the stress. She's getting her hair back. She's getting better, but I don't want her to have to go back to the things that she had to do before, because I didn't do what was needed to be done, you know?
Yeah. But one way that, because I'm in the same situation, but one way I was thinking is because my mom, she want to help me pay. A lot of people think from outside Canada that school is like 100% free. It's not. It's not. Like a big part is paid off by the government, which I'm extremely grateful for.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But we still have to pay a lot for the amount of money that we do, and the amount of taxes and imposts we pay. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Like,
we have to pay.
I gave up on the idea of going to university because I'm like, I don't have the savings to go to right now to go to university, and I don't want to. For the job that I'm thinking of going into, I don't need to. I'm grateful for that because I'm trying to find jobs that would ask me to just do a college because I don't like school. I fully accepted the fact that I don't like school. But I want to actually do something that would work, that I want a diploma. So I'm just like, okay, do a technique that will give you, ask you 3 years of college, CJEP, and then you're gonna be good. But for like CJEP, it is like per session, it is like 300
the session, and then you have to pay for your books.
The books and all that. So at the end, it's not more than 1,000, which is very good for like compared to other places. However, once you get to university, I'm like, I don't have 3,000 to give in one session, and then after that you have like 4 years of that. Can't do it. Can't do it. So I gave up on university. One, I don't like school. Two, I don't have the savings for that as of now. Maybe I will in the future. Maybe once I finish with the one thing that I'm doing, that the career that I'm thinking of going right now, I'm gonna.
You can go back. You're gonna have a way better salary.
Yeah.
Because I know where you're thinking of going. You're gonna have a way better salary. You're gonna be able to save more, and I'm pretty sure you can work part-time and then go to uni as well. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in that domain do that. So you're gonna be fine.
Which the domain is healthcare.
It's a medical field.
There's always space for me to just like they will always need somebody in healthcare. So I can just be like, okay, well, I want to work, but I don't want to work full time, and I'm gonna find something. But yeah, the money that is paid for us by the government is a huge amount because thank goodness we don't have to pay tens of thousands like in the US.
Good luck to y'all Americans. But...
Yeah, because I don't know how you do it honestly with all of this. The big amounts that you have to pay for healthcare and for school.
That's crazy.
It really is, but. On our side, even if it's less, it's still hard to reach there.
Yeah, the little we have to pay still is it's a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was cool.
Yeah, so we're thinking of going back. We don't know when.
Well, I think in September. I have to
apply now because
it
finishes in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, in 3 weeks. I almost forgot, but I have to apply right now. I hope they're gonna accept me because I don't want to like have to.
You know what? I think I'm gonna apply too, If they don't accept me, I understand. If they accept me, then I'm gonna make my
You
decision.
could go to the same seizure that I go to just to do.
No,
the
I am
thing.
going back to the one I was at, because I was already there, and they have the program that I want. So
Okay.
what I'm thinking of, because I'm still not decided on if I'm going back this year, but I think I don't want to cut myself off by not applying. So I'm gonna apply, and then by the time I make my decision, I'll know if I'm
can
accepted
always
or not, and then
Change your mind.
later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is as for school.
Yeah.
But another topic, as girls turning 24 years old this year,
Yeah.
relationships.
My gosh, relationships. Something that is very lacking in my life.
Mine was lacking all up until December. But that's because I was like, okay, I was born single.
Everybody is born single.
And I was single all of my life up until December 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I met someone.
Honestly, I'm still over here being like, how, because before she met someone, we were speaking about how does someone meet somebody else? How do relationships starts? And then I come back from vacation.
She comes up from Panama and I'm in a whole relationship. But I didn't have to do anything.
No, you really didn't.
No, like he did everything. He came, talked to me
Wait.
first, asked me for.
Wait, you did give your Instagram.
I did, but I wanted to give it to him,
Mm-hmm.
but he like walked faster than me and came asked me.
Oh.
Because when I went to his place, because it's at work. So when I went into his department to give it to him, he wasn't there. And that's when I was like, okay, I just give up. It's probably a sign. So I went back to work. My shift was about to end. And then he came and talked to me and said, Wesh. Yes, he's French. So he came to me and was like, yeah, are you more on Snap or IG? And I was like, oh, IG, here. Like, I had already written it on a paper. So that's when I gave it to him. And then he couldn't find me because my personal Instagram's name is really hard because I don't want to be found by
so
random people.
she changed it to be something that like mine too. Like if you don't know that I've changed it, some of my family members were like
to find you.
Some of my family members were like, who is that? And I'm like, that's me.
Yeah, especially I didn't put a picture of my face before. Like I put it recently, but before I had like a anime girl.
Yeah,
and
no, at one point you just had the black square. You didn't have anything.
Yeah, so I would add like my family members, and they were like, who is this person? I'd be like, oh yeah, that's me, your cousin, your niece, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I have my pictures, but not it was still like what I did with my family and my last name. Nobody will know that it's me. Cause
yeah, you don't even understand your
no,
name.
because I took out some of the letters in my both my first name and my last name.
Okay, so that's why I didn't make this abbreviation.
Yeah, so that's what so that's why it looks like that. So like people were like, who?
Yeah.
So
coming back to the topic, he came and asked me for my Instagram. And I gave it to him, and once he found my account, we started talking. At first, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. But I was like, because he's younger than me, and I was like, I don't know. And I'm Christian. He's Muslim.
Which before was a really big thing for you to be Christian.
Everything I said like,
that you didn't
want. I don't want to be mean, but I'm from the Caribbean. My parents are from the Caribbean, and his parents are from Africa. And I have African friends, but it just I always thought
you would be with a Haitian.
A Haitian like me, just because it's easier. I already know the culture and everything, so I wouldn't have to like completely learn a new culture. And if I have children, like if I want them to speak Creole and French, it's not fair for me to just teach them like my culture, my stuff. I have to learn his, so the kids can adapt. His culture as well.
Because culture and a lot of education is passed through the moms, so then they would be like more Haitian if you don't do that. Yeah,
exactly.
I completely understand.
And I'm not gonna say like, but what like is special with him is like his parents are from Africa, but from 3 countries in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a whole lot of new learning and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm Christian, he's Muslim. I'm from the Caribbean, he's from Africa. What else? I'm older, he's younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's everything. I was like, oh no, I don't want that, I don't want that. And then I was just like, you know what? You've never had a relationship in your life. How do you know?
You don't want that, yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just jump in the water. And I know how to swim. If it does not work, I can always leave. I don't have a child with that man. I can leave. Okay. So that's what I did. I was like, okay, let's just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try. And I have learned so much about myself. Oh
honestly,
my God.
I've learned a lot through her.
Because I told her everything, and that's when I realized I am way more jealous than I thought, way more possessive than I thought.
Girl, the stories that I'm just like, okay.
And it has not been 2 months yet, and I'm just like, I feel like I'm making him go through hell. Right.
Honestly,
now,
I'm not gonna deny that. From what I've been told.
And I tell her my first, and I'm scared to say where I'm wrong. Like, I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh yeah, like I was an angel and he did this, he did that. I know when I'm wrong. I'm not scared to admit that. You know, one thing that I have which I always know I wasn't a confrontational person, but I never knew how not of a confrontational person I was until I got into a relationship. And this is one thing where I know I'm wrong. I am extremely wrong. Mm-hmm. I left him by text this week.
When she told me that, I was like, what do you mean you left him by text? Girlie, that's not something you do. Because the thing is, also, like, she blindsided him so much. Because I'm just like, girl, he was like, what? Because she's not confrontational to the point where she keeps everything she doesn't like to herself.
Yeah,
and then she got to her breaking point and she was like, I'm done. Let's close the page. Let's text him and then move on. And I'm like, no.
I texted him early in the morning when I knew he was sleeping. So then he woke up, and honestly, I don't know what went through my mind, but I thought he wouldn't care. I thought that man would be texting me.
Y'all are together. What do you think he wouldn't care?
I thought he would text me like, okay, like, let's move on, because he's so nonchalant. Mm-hmm. He's so nonchalant. I was sure he would not care. So I sent him a text, like one sentence text, 1 sentence, pop.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
And he responded. He was mad. I was with my colleague when he responded, and my heart dropped to my stomach because I did not expect him to like be this mad. And so I go to my colleague and I show him. I'm just like, look, and he's looking at me like, this man is pissed. I'm scared for you. But this is my mistake because I have been finding stuff that I do not like in the relationship.
And I told her, like, let him know. Tell him.
I did not.
Tell him, because he might have explanations. He might change. How do you want him to get better and fix what you don't like if you don't say anything? But then she was like, no, he might do this, he might do that. And I'm like, no, tell him. And then I was the only one out of the friend group that was saying, tell him.
Yeah, but my other friends, like, I'm not mad at them one bit, because the things that I found are stuff that, as a friend, if my friend would come and tell me this, I would be mad as well. I would be like, leave him.
I completely understand the friends in the group. Like, they were like, leave him, and I was also leave him. But like, if you're gonna not leave him, tell him. So
yeah.
So like, tell him so that he can fix the things you don't like, that so that you can get explanations on the things that you're not liking. But she didn't want to do that, because she was like, no, I just want to have all of it out, know everything, and then I'm just gonna move on. And I'm like, this is not gonna work for you.
No, it did not work. So after that, the same night, he like took me off of everything. Snap, Instagram. He deleted my contact, and when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the same. So
did you recover the photos? Or the picture? Did you delete the pictures of you?
the pictures when we added each other, the pictures were like in our conversation still.
No, but on your phone, did you delete?
On my phone, no, because that happened like at night, and I was like, I'm not gonna do all of that tonight. I'm gonna do that like in a few days because I didn't want to think about him. So I was single for like a day, and then another night he texted me like through a common friend. He was like, said that friend came and texted me like, I'm just like a, how do you say pigeon voyageur?
Like a messenger in between.
I'm just a messenger in between, letting you know that he wants to see you tonight. And then I was like, okay, like let's see each other. But I thought he wanted to see like mes quatre vérités en face.
Yeah,
you know?
to come to you and confront you and be like, why would you know?
Yeah, I thought he would be insulting me with all his French insult that I don't understand, you know. So I was like, okay, getting ready mentally. But no, when he came, he was like, he sat down, he looked at me and said, look at me and tell me why you took this decision. And that's when I told him everything. And then he explained to me. He explained the stuff. And I was like, okay, then what is this? That. And he was like, yes, but it's this, it's that, whatsoever. And I was like, okay, like, I understand now.
So then you got back together because you explained everything.
Yeah, and then he asked me, like, do you really want to leave? Like, do you want to try? Because he was like, he's not forcing me. And then I was like, okay, let's try again. You know? But now I tell him, like,
yeah,
right away.
she went from non-confrontational to I'm gonna confront you.
Yeah, and then a few days later, I found myself in a situation that I did not like. But instead of like confronting in a good way,
yeah,
I went like pissed at him. Like I dragged him.
Yes, which like I had to tell her at the beginning. I was like, oh, that's funny. But at one point I was like, okay, but like if you want this to be resolved, you kind of have to just like speak in a way that that is not just like coming at him.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, we learned a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not in the relationship, but I still learned a lot about like how to deal with a relationship. On my side, there's nothing going on. I'm going 23 years strong, almost 24 in next month.
It's gonna be your breakthrough
year
for relationship.
I don't have like on my side. I'm not as optimistic, but everybody else seems to be. You are. Two of my other friends are like, oh, those are the prettiest years of your life. You have to.
We are grown. We are women.
I still feel like I'm 18 years old. Like I haven't moved past COVID.
Ooh, yeah, COVID really did influence.
Yeah, like I feel like I think before COVID I would have been able to get out of the slump that I was with school and everything, but then COVID happened, and then I feel like my life has been on a pause, on a stagnant line.
Same. COVID also
then.
did that. I remember because 2020, January 2020, classes started. I was going to every single classes, everything.
Same.
And then
we started the gym. Do you remember?
Yes,
we went to
the gym.
We did like I think a month and a half of going.
All up in COVID, we were going strong.
5 days
a
week we were going to the gym, and then COVID hit. We had to go home, and then classes were online, and I was not doing well with classes online.
I was sleeping on my classes.
My computer would be on my desk, and I would be in my bed. Like
I would be sleeping in front of the camera like that. I would be like in a snowman and just.
Nah, I would say my computer has a problem. Can't have the camera. And then I would be in my bed chilling, and then if they asked me a question, I would answer.
Ay. That your COVID really ruined everything. And I remember before COVID, I still had social anxiety, but I was working through it.
Yeah, I just want to say something before we continue. Sorry if there is noise in the background. My mom just got home. Okay, so we are continue.
Okay. I always had social anxiety, but before COVID, I was like, I need to work through it because I can't live this way. Always being stressed, going out, can't go out alone. And then COVID hit, and then for a year, you're at home every single day in your
See,
niche.
you were at home. I was still working because I was working in a pharmacy at that point, and so it never closed. So I didn't have the, like, you know, people were like, I'm going crazy in my house. I didn't have that because I was going to work.
I worked in a grocery store, but they cut it off the hours so much that you like you were already part time as a student, but now you like the part time of the part time.
Yeah.
You know, you go to work 8 hours. This is one day a week. You know.
See,
So-
I think I started my living the work life during that year of COVID because a lot of people were asked to not work to be able to get the $2,000 that at the time Trudeau was giving for, like, if you were making a less amount
which wrecked our economy.
yeah. So I picked up the slack because I was like, I don't mind doing the shifts. So I kind of became full-time. So I think that's when I started the working life of becoming full-time, and then going back to school, and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
Especially since the time I decided that COVID happened was the year I decided to go do my math and science that were not done in high school. So I still because of that, I failed those classes, and I still need to do them to get into the career that I want to do now.
You know, 5 years that I feel like not a lot of people talk about how COVID shifted our like lives. A lot of people were like, yes, but now I'm back on track. I'm still not back on track.
I don't know
from
what is the
COVID.
track.
I don't know either anymore. You know, you have the path. You're just like, okay, cool. I'm in the jungle right now.
Yes, and
I
then
don't know.
it's actually, and it hurts more being, because it's not a problem not being on the track. It's not a problem where we are technically in life. We can always figure it out. But what hurts is seeing people around you. Like, I'm looking at getting married,
getting their diploma on Instagram. I see people getting like they already had their bags, their Mid-20s, their doctorates.
Yeah, they have a lot, and then I'm seeing people that we were in high school with, people that that were not putting in as much effort as us in class, and I'm looking
have their jobs.
They
started their
I have one
businesses.
person in mind specifically where I'm just like I really like her because she was kind, even though a lot of people didn't like me. But she wasn't the one doing the best at school, and now the job that she has, I'm just like, so you're
She's
there
doing a
and I'm
great
here
job. Yeah.
doing nothing. So like,
Yeah.
you have your life like figured out. Some other people that I'm thinking about, some other people that I'm thinking about in high school, they are like, now they have kids. They've been in relationships since high school.
There's
and they have
one
kids.
girl that I follow on social media that we went to high school with. She had her first daughter like last year.
Yeah.
But she really had that typical like life,
Love,
family
life.
She
Like,
found her man,
in
got
high
engaged,
school. Mhm.
had her child. Is she married? I think she got married.
Yeah, she got married before getting the
She got
child.
married. She has a child now. She's a nurse. Everything.
Yeah, everything. Like,
And
there's
that
another
girl,
one. There's
I
another one
remember-
that has the same life. That in,
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
These two high school sweethearts.
yeah. No,
There's them as well.
there's them, but there's another one. They're not high school sweethearts, but I'm looking at her and I'm like, wow.
That is crazy. And we just over there. Look at us at our mom's house doing a podcast.
Honestly, the podcast part is not bad. I think I
It's not
really like
bad.
the fact that I'm doing the podcast, because I've always liked to share my opinions, my ideas, which is why I started my YouTube channel in the first place 3 years ago, which I need to go back and continue because I stopped. I'm planning on continuing, but I think we don't have to follow the same paths. It's just knowing that some people are there, quote unquote, and we are back where we same place we've been for years. I feel like people are continuing to walk and advance in life, and we are still just
We're just there.
there. Yeah. So
But listen, I've made the first step in relationship.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, if he watches this one day, let's be honest. We haven't been together for 2 months yet. We still don't know if we're gonna get married, okay? So don't be mad if you see this one day. If you learn English one day and see this. Okay? Don't be mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, it's just the feelings that you had at the time, so it's okay. Yeah, I think I don't have any like good things to say at the end of this. Like, I know we're gonna get there at one point. We're gonna find our path, but it feels still like we are in the middle of struggling.
Yes,
I'm just trying to survive and get out of the struggle. I can't wait to look back. I hope that in like a few years we can look back at this episode and be like, yeah, we're not there anymore.
I hope we're gonna be happy.
I don't think I'm not happy. I just think I'm not satisfied.
No, I want us to be like genuinely happy in where we are. I want us to look at our lives and be like, wow, we did this. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
And with all of that, one regret that I have to say that I'm going into my mid-20s is was not taking care of me better in my early 20s. It's still not too late because I have, like, it's 25 that we say women hit the wall. I don't believe in that. But I still have a good year and I have to, like, backtrack and go to the gym, do sports.
Okay, so that's what you mean.
And, you know, take care of me physically and change my habits again.
Yeah, I, like... This year, I've really taken on the trying to change my habits, add habits that will be beneficial for me on the long run and in my life and for my body and my health. Because where I am right now is a far cry from what I want to be, and not even just like physically, health wise. I am very far from where I want to be, and I don't want to be in my 30s and 40s and 50s and being sick and a lot overweight for
arthritis
and have like medical problems. Yeah. I already have like knee pains because of accidents with my knees, and I have to build up the muscles to be able to support my knees. And if I don't do this now, I'm gonna be it's not gonna go well for me in a like 20-30 years. I'm not gonna be able to stand, and I don't want to be someone with a walker and
in your 30s, 50s, like no.
I don't want to do that. So we need to take better care of ourselves right now. This is the year to do it.
I don't have health problem, but what I've noticed is that for the last 2 years I haven't been drinking water like I used to, and I haven't eating well, and I have been getting sick. Like I'm sick right now, but before that I would get sick like one every 3 years. Like you know, every single person falls sick every once in a while because your immune system is gonna encounter some agent pathogène that it's stronger, but your body's gonna beat it and bounce back. But now it's like, am I getting sick 2 or 3 times a winter?
Yeah. It's because we don't take care of ourselves, and now we have to. So
we have to. We're getting older. Well, we're still young, but
our
still getting
metabolism
older.
is not young anymore.
I am praying for a revert. I want a young metabolism again. I know it's not too late because we're still in the age where the body can like heal itself pretty easily and rapidly. So we need to like
work on it.
Yeah, profiter.
Yeah. So yeah, I think for this episode, this is gonna be all.
But I have a question. Are you excited to like enter your mid-20s? Do you feel
honestly, I am terrified. I am not excited. I am terrified. Not because it is one, because I'm just like I said, I feel like I'm not where I want to be. So that's one of the part. But the other part is I have a lot of plans for my mid-20s, and now I'm just like and not set in stone plans, but a lot of things that I am trying to apply in life for the mid-20s. And I am very avoidant in planning for life and setting myself up for success. I tend to just let things play out. And now I'm trying to not do that. So I am terrified of the fact that I have to actually put work into life.
Yeah, it's true.
And
You
you?
do that a lot. Like you just go with the flow, but you have to make the flow.
Yeah, a lot of like if you know me, if you ask me a question, a lot of the time I'm just like I don't care. Just
Yeah.
go do what you want and I'll follow. And I need to stop doing that with life. So I decided that for my mid-20s, I'm actually gonna take my life into my hands, which
It is terrifying. Yeah.
And for you?
I'm happy because mid-20s, like I just because mentally I've evolved a lot in my at 23 years old. Like I see life in a different light that I never thought that I would see in my life. So I'm excited to enter my mid-20s this year, but it makes me nervous also because now I really have to like take my life into my own hands and make my rules. You know, I have to like go head first in not in a bad way, like I don't want to hurt my head in life, take good decisions, not dumb decisions, but you know,
but like with the good decisions actually push for them. Yeah.
yes. And I have a lot of plans, but I procrastinate so much. I could have been so much further in life if I would not procrastinate so much. You know, so this is one of my battles, procrastination. And also, I'm gonna work on my faith. Like, I'm not the. Listen, I do believe in God. I am Christian, but I am not Jesus. So don't take me as an example, okay? So I'm just saying that.
Girl, I am like I say I am Christian, and I am as loose of a Christian as you can get. Don't take me as an example. Either like I believe in following the teaching, but I have also my own thoughts and my own wants, and sometimes they take over because I am not perfect. And
Exactly.
So yeah. I probably will not be doing everything that I'm supposed to do.
From the Bible, quote
From the
unquote.
Bible, yeah. But I also like it will never take away from the fact that I love God and I believe in God. So that's I'm still a work in progress. And like in this sphere, like in every sphere of life. So I think that's it for us today.
It was a great episode.
It was
I
really
really
a
liked
great
it.
episode. I think I think it's gonna be my favorite one. I know we only have two, but
It's gonna be my favorite one for a while.
yes,
like.
I really like it. Felt really like a conversation more so than the first one. The first one I felt like I was struggling to.
Well, it was the first podcast.
Yeah.
We had some technical issues.
A lot of technical issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this one really like the like I like the subject. I like
It's lighthearted. You know.
yeah. So yeah. So thank you for watching. No, thank you for listening.
And for those who watch, thank you for watching.
yes.
So for those who listen, it will be available on Spotify, and for those who watches, it's gonna be available on YouTube.
Yes. So tune in for the next podcast episode and talk to you guys then. Bye.